Family offices are a mystical beast. They're unknown. Everyone seems to talk about them, but when it comes down to actually defining it or stating what it is or describing how it works, it seems that most business owners struggle to come up with an actual definition. They're the gold standard, yet I don't actually know what they are. In this video, we're going to discuss what a family office is, one of the layers of family offices, and then how do you as a business owner who's successful, making lots of money, has big ambition, how can you start adapting the family office principles to better help you reach your highest levels of wealth aspiration? Not only are we going to talk about what a family office is, but we're also going to talk about how do you actually start to run a family office before you can buy a family office. We can talk about how you run a family office. You need to understand what family offices are, like what is out there. So there's three levels to family offices. There's the single family office, the multiple family office, and what many call the fractional family office. Single family offices are usually for individuals and families who have a net worth of at least $100 million, but usually you won't even see them until you get to $200 million plus of net worth. Is what a single family office is the family has decided that we're going to start an entity, and this entity's job is to protect and grow the family's wealth. So CEO, you have COOs, you have chief investment officers, you have attorneys, you have accountants, you have insurance people, all under one roof, only working for that entity. At a very base minimum, it's probably going to cost you $2 million a year in expenses just to run the single family office entity, but it's likely going to be $5, $7, $6 million a year in expenses just to run it at the level that it needs to run. In addition to that, oftentimes inside of a single family office is being intertwined what made the family wealthy in the first place. So their business gets intertwined into that entity. So it becomes a part of their investment philosophy. It becomes a part of their mission. It becomes a part of where they're taking the family's wealth. The tier below that is what's called a multiple family office. A multiple family office is where a company, like I'll just say myself, if I went out and started a company, I called a multiple family office, I would pull in and I'd hire and I'd have chief investment officers, I'd have attorneys, I'd have accountants, I'd have a COO, and I would run that, but I wouldn't do it for my family. I'd be running it for other families. So I'd have lots of different families that'd be hiring me and my firm to run their family office for them. So I'm the centerpiece of all these families coming to me. For example, I've seen a single family offices is like you own the private jet. Multiple family offices is like you're part of a cohort that owns the private jet. So you get access to the private jet. Other families do too. So you might not be able to use it on a specific weekend or a specific time because it might be some other family's turn. That's what's happening inside of a multiple family office. Usually, at the very base minimum, multiple family offices maybe $25 million net worth, but usually it's closer to $40 to $50 million net worth and then above. Then the last level is a fractional family office. And the vast majority of fractional family offices in America are wealth management, registered investment advisory firms who have chosen to coordinate professionals together. So they're coordinating the tax and they're coordinating the estate attorneys and the business attorneys and the insurance, and they're coordinating for you. Instead of you having all these different advisors, they just do it for you. But the vast majority of them are wealth management firms in America. There are some fractional family offices that have wealth management, accounting, attorneys, insurance, etc. They're all separate companies that are nearby each other. But the vast majority of fractional family offices are just referring to their network of professionals, which can be a really great thing. The regional family offices start marketing to people usually when they start crossing over the $1 million net worth mark, and their marketing is centered on these multiple family offices and these single family offices have access to these extraordinary deals, this extraordinary coordination. If you have $1 million and you want to be there, you've got to start coordinating. It's a really powerful message. It really rings home. It is true. The more coordinated your professionals are, faster you'll get places, the more efficient you'll be, and you'll just start to reach your aspirations faster and higher. The three levels of a family office. You have the single family office, the multiple family office, and the fractional family office. The things that are the same around them is that you're getting all your professionals in the same room, talking about the same things, working towards the same hopeful destination. You already know, if you're listening to this message, you probably can't afford a single family office or a multiple family office. And maybe you can, and maybe this is the first exposure to it. You're like, I think I could go that direction. Go the direction. The vast majority of people listening to this phone know there's many people who are at the $1 million net worth or slightly below it. And my invitation to you is you should start thinking around fractional family offices now. And it should be something that you should be looking forward to. And this is really what the fractional family office is trying to do. They're trying to give you pillars: the investment pillar, the insurance pillar, the tax pillar, and you on the bottom and have the wealth up top. The problem with the vast majority of fractional family offices is that they do not incorporate the business into the fractional family office plan. Yes, they help you invest. Yes, they help you coordinate insurance. Yes, they help you with tax. All really, really important, but they neglect the fact that you are a successful business owner already. They view your business as the funding source for the investments, when you should be viewing your business as a part of the family office. That's how single family offices operate. A business gets twined into the mission of the single family office. Fractional family offices miss it. And in my opinion, it's a massive miss, because your business is your highest and biggest asset many times. Oftentimes, you have the most control over that piece of like how much value, how much revenue comes from it. And yet you neglect it to be seen as a part of your overall portfolio. And that's the biggest miss, in my opinion, on the fractional family office side. But still, the vast majority of business owners aren't operating even in a family office setting at all. They don't have a fractional family office. They never even thought of a multiple family office or even dreamed of a single family office. They're operating in this framework, which I call the middle class framework, where your accountant is on one side of you, your investment advisor's over here, your business is over there, insurance purpose over there, and they're all pulling you in different directions. They're telling you different things. They're distracting you in different ways. You're getting pulled apart instead of having the unified vision of what the family office brings. And that's why fractional family offices bring a lot of value, because they're trying to get people to center up and start to take you instead of pulling in opposite directions, they start getting everyone pulling in the same direction, which just benefits you. But unfortunately, the vast majority of you can relate more to this picture than you can the fractional family office, where all the pillars are together and you're building something in unison with all the departments, and the tax and the legal and the estate planning and the investments and your business are all unified. You're getting pulled apart. So what I need you to think about now is, where are you? Do you already have the fractional family office that's integrated the investments and the insurance and the tax without doing the business? Or do you have the fractional family office that does all four and is already integrating all of those? Or are you like this? You need to identify where you are, because if you don't know where you are, you can't then move forward and fix it. Once you know where you are, you then need to ask this question. Is your team leading you to where they want to go, or are you leading them to where you want to go? It's my experience that most successful business owners are really good at business. They're really good at the making of money. But then when it comes to anything finance, tax, investment, insurance, they immediately abdicate responsibility to someone else because they feel like it's outside their realm of expertise. And it is. I'm sure there's things in your business that are also outside of your realm of expertise, but you lead those people to the destination you want. It's my experience that the vast majority of business owners are being led to the destination of their advisors, not the destination of themselves. You're going to lead a family office like the gold standard of the single family office, where the family is fully aligned with where they're going, want to grow and protect their wealth. There's full alignment. First thing that we have to do is we have to embrace what we call the 5 keys of leadership. And key number 1 is vision. If you don't know where you're going, your advisors will tell you where you're going. They're going to take you to that destination. but it's oftentimes that destination is where they take all their clients. Probably likely that they have a lot of middle-class clients and they're taking you to middle-class destinations. So if you're going to lead a family office, you have to set the vision. You have to set where they're going, where you have to set where you're going, and then you're going to enlist and leverage these professionals to help you get there. If they don't believe in the vision, they're not the right advisor for you, and you need to get someone else in there. You can lead the family office to the destination that you want to go to. Key one is you have to set the vision, not them set the vision. The second key is once you have the vision, you can now reverse engineer back to today and determine your priorities. Should we be putting money in this? Should we be doing this tax strategy? Should we be getting into mergers and acquisitions? You ask yourself this question. Will it help us reach the vision in the time frame that we've outlined? If the answer to that question is no, then it's not a priority today, and it might never be a priority. If the answer is yes, then you can set it up as a priority. And now you have a working relationship with your professional of, we need to get this accomplished because that's going to help us reach this vision in the time frame that we have allotted. The third key to leading a family office, the third key of the 5 keys of leadership, is you need to define with them what good looks like. What does good look like when it comes to your investment management? What does good look like when it comes to your accounting? What does good look like when it comes to your protection and your estate planning? Be very clear with your professionals. You're leading them. Allow yourself to hold them accountable. If they're not performing to your vision standards, you can have conversations. Is this because I'm not spending enough time with you? I'm not paying you enough. I'm not giving you enough assets. What's causing it? But if it's on their end, you can find someone else. But you now have a standard that you can hold people to. This is what good looks like when it comes to the way we handle taxes, the way we communicate, the way that we invest. That's the standard. And now you have something to go against versus we see oftentimes is people just kind of don't know if their advisors are doing good work or not. It just is a floating enigma. It keeps people lost and not knowing whether they're getting the best service or not. Key 4 is everyone on the team, you, your spouse, your children, your accountant, your advisors, your investment manager should have 90% confidence that if we perform what good looks like, that we will reach the vision and timeline we've outlined. If they're not 90% confident, have the conversation with them. Why not? Do we need to do more? Do we need to save more? What's missing? What's working? What's not? Until they get to that 90% confidence. I love the equation X plus Y equals Z. X is an input, Y is an input. So X is, maybe we'll just say the amount of money I'm saving on taxes, the amount of money I'm saving or investing off of those saved money. Does that translate into Z becoming possible? Does Z actually become real if we hit X plus Y? If they're not 90% confident in that equation, you got to change the inputs. Don't just keep moving year after year. They don't have any confidence. You don't have any confidence. You just have this huge dream and ambition, and you're leaving it untouched because you're not willing to have a conversation with your professional. So 90% confidence from you, 90% confidence from them. The 5th key is, what's in it for me? What's in it for me if I reach my vision? What comes to pass for that? What's in it for my accountant? What's in it for my attorney? What's in it for my investment advisor? If they aren't bought into that vision is big enough to include them, they're excited about it, are they going to work for you at maximum capacity? They have plenty of other clients. You're not their only client. Fractional family offices require leadership from you, not them. And too many business owners expect their advisors to lead them when you should be leading them. So what's in it for them? Do they get paid more? Do they get to potentially be a part of your family office that you're building? Like you're going to build a single family office in the future and they get to be, this is a test journey on if they're going to get there with you. But really define it. Define it for everyone. Define it for yourself. Define it for your spouse. Define it for your team and let them determine whether that's a good fit for them or not. 5 keys are you define the vision, you reverse engineer the priorities today, you define clearly what good looks like with everyone on the team, You ensure that you're 90% confident that if you perform what good looks like, that you'll reach the destination, and then everyone knows what's in it for them. Everyone's bought in. Everyone sees why it's valuable to work with you. This is how you start to lead a family office. This is how you start to do it before you could ever possibly afford even the multiple family office. And this is how you actually start to ensure that your probability of reaching your destination in the future, of whatever that looks like, can actually start to become a reality. It requires leadership. It requires you to step into that role and take that responsibility on yourself. And if you don't want that, that's okay. Just do what everyone else does. Everyone else has scattered success. Some people make it big. Most people end up middle class. If you want those chances, go forward with those chances. If you want the family office, have the higher probability of success, implement the 5 keys of leadership into the way that you handle and train and talk with your financial fractional family office. Once you're leading them, the cadence you need to be on is you need to have biannual meetings with everyone in the inner circle. So that's someone from tax, probably an accountant, someone from legal, probably your estate attorney or your business attorney, someone from wealth or investing, probably your investment manager, your lead investment manager, and then someone from your business. Now that could be you, could be your COO, it could be your CFO, but someone from your business needs to be included in those conversations. These can be done via Zoom, but you're meeting biannually with the whole team together to ensure that everyone's aligned with the vision. You're going over each of these steps again. What's the vision? What are our priorities? Do we know what good looks like? Are we 90% confident we get there? And what's in it for everyone that we can do it? The biannual board starts to give you cadences for getting to your destination. In addition to the biannual board meeting, if you're going to be running a family office, you need to have annual family retreats. Your family needs to be going out and discussing what you're doing as a family, because if you're aligned on the business, you're aligned on the financial side, but your family, your personal self is not aligned with where you're going, you're not going to get there. There has to be a trifecta of alignment: business, personal, financial, all coming together, being led by you and your family. Because you know that when you reach your destination, you're helping far more people. Your children are better people. They're not just consumers, they're producers, they're value creators. You're serving more clients. You have more money. You're doing more with your time. It's a different conversation than just, I want to get to this number and retire. Like, that's you. Family offices aren't your fit. Family offices are led. Family offices are about value creation. Family offices are about doing things together. It's not you alone, it's the family's vision. The family annual retreat helps you tie that in. You can even do it biannually, but you need to do it at least once a year, where everyone's on board, everyone knows what's happening, everyone's together. The value of a family office is that you have a coordinated team of people all working towards your goal. The problem in the industry right now is a lot of fractional family offices are taking people to where advisory firm wants them to go, not where the business owner actually wants to go. You'll get somewhere, you'll get a partial way there, you'll get to a destination, but oftentimes I find it's not to where the business owner wants to go. To take it even further, the biggest problem in my mind is the vast majority of business owners are getting middle-class advice. Their advisors are pulling them apart, and they're not reaching their highest levels of success. You got to have people that are bought into your vision. You set the vision of where you're going, and they're following you, and you're leading them towards that destination. You're leveraging their skills to get there versus you leveraging them to get to where they want to go. Building your family office, if you want and have high aspiration, has, in my mind, shifted from optional to you need to do it if you actually want to reach your destination. You have to have everyone on the same page. I'm Justin Maxwell. Thanks for your time. I hope today was valuable.